Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will learn about methods in detail. So what is a method? So method is a reusable block of code that performs a specific type. So what should be the structure of method? So method should return. So just a minute. So this should be the structure of the method where we should have access modifier. Access modifier means, as I told you earlier, it should be private, public, protected, or global. Okay, and method can be static or without static. Okay, so you just mention static here if you need static method. Otherwise, you don't need to mention anything. Then your method should be return type. Return type can be void or integer, double, any primitive or class type, object type. Okay, return type can be anything, and then method name, and then parameter list. Okay. And then it should, if return type is mentioned, it should return a value. So let's take an example. So if we take this example, here we have access modifier as public, return type is void, and this is method name, and we are passing parameter here. Okay, we are passing just a single parameter here, and this method is printing. Since there is no return type is just void, so we will not return here anything. But in this method, we have access modifier as public, it's returning integer, name is add numbers, and it's taking two parameters. And since return type is integer, so we will need to return the integer only. Okay, I think you have understood method well. Now let's talk about method overloading. Okay. So same method, uh, you know, we can have multiple method with same name. For example, here. So method name is sum here and here as well. Method name is same, but parameter name should be different. Okay. Either type can be different or parameter list means parameters that you are passing that should be different. Okay. But it should basically it should not be same. So you can't, if you describe here integer a, then you cannot write integer a here or integer abc anything whatever. Mean basically parameter type should not be same. Parameter type and parameter numbers. Okay, it should be different. So this method can be called based on. So which method will be called? Okay, it depends on how many parameter and what type of parameter you are passing while calling. Okay, let's say in this example, if I will pass some 1 comma 2. Okay, while calling, I will pass 1 comma 2. So it will call this method because I am just passing two parameter here. Okay. Now if I pass three parameters with some decimal value, okay, so it will call this method 1 comma 2 comma 3 or okay, 4. So now this if I call this, so it will call this method. Okay. So now we will understand between static and instance methods. Okay. Here, let me take this example. Here we have a class mathUtil. Okay. Integer type is square. So it says static. Okay. And this is instance method because we are not using static keyword here. Okay. Now, how should we call static? We can directly call static. So let me give you example how we can call this one. So static can be called directly mathsutil.square5. Okay. We are passing square 5 into this. So output would be 10. Now if we want to call double it, we cannot call directly using mathsutil dot double it. No, we cannot call. So for that we need to create an instance first, then we can call it. Okay. I think you have understood method well. Static method. Now what is main difference between static and instance method? So static method belongs to the class. Okay, it will belongs to this class. But this static method, this is the static. So static method belongs to the class, but instance method belongs to the object instance. Okay. And the way we call it, we have already described here, means how we can call static and instance method. And second is static method loaded once per class. Okay. But each instance has its own copy of instance variable and methods. Okay. I think you are clear. So let's recap. We have discussed methods and how we can overload method, means how we can create overload method, and what are static and instance methods. Okay. So let's keep it short and meet you in the next session. Thank you. Bye.